Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to make this very cool paper airplane. It is the dive bomber. It's a little difficult, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go slow and go step by step, and I'm going to give you the some easy tips that have helped me. Okay? What you need is a full-length piece of printer paper. We're going to fold it in half lengthwise. Okay? Let's make sure it's corner to corner. Like so. Then we're going to open it up. Now we're going to fold these edges along the center crease. But we're going to fold them right on the crease. Unlike some of my other paper airplanes, I tell you to leave a little space. This one I want right on. We do both sides. Alright. If you did this part right, these two edges should line up. You should have a perfect point at the tip. Now we're going to open these up, and then we're going to fold this edge along the center crease we just made. Okay? But again, we want to be right on the crease. Just like that. Do the same to this side. There we go. So at this point our paper looks like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this edge along this side, making this corner our pivot point. This is where everything's going to stay. So we're going to fold it. Like so. Looks like a good corner. It's aligned on the side. So we'll go ahead and crease that all the way down. We're going to open it up. We're going to do the same on this side. So this edge gets folded along here. That corner is our pivot point. Okay. So fold that down. That's a good corner, right on the edge. Fold that down, just like so. Now we're going to open it up. Now you'll notice these flaps get folded in. That's what it's supposed to do. You didn't misalign it. That's right. We have this X crease pattern. What we need to do is we need to put a crease along the side, but I want to do it on the back side because this is going to help us fold it a little bit on our next step. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over. We're going to kind of press on this paper. This crease is going to help us a little bit to find where they all meet. So once we find where they all meet, we're going to line up this part of the crease with the paper. That's lined up there. I think we have that found the center there. And once we have all that, go ahead and just crease it across. Then we're going to open it up, and now if we did this right, we should be able to push on the center and it kind of pops up like so. So holding down the bottom paper, we should be able to pull in the centers like so and fold down the top. Alright? Now if we did this right and these are all aligned, it'll keep our corners of our upper flaps in good condition. Nice sharp corners, that's what we need. And this folds nice and easy. So now what we're going to do, this is where it starts to get a little more tricky. We're going to fold this over right at this point where the inner fold is, but also keeping this line, this new crease we're about to make, straight up and down. Alright, so that looks pretty good to me, so I'll go ahead and crease that down. Now I'm going to leave that flap down. I'm going to do the same to the other side. And what we're doing is we need to make sure right at this crease point, the fold, creases up and down, but I also want to make sure that these tips here are about the same height. Okay, so you can kind of adjust it until you get them right about the same. Looks good. So we'll fold that down. Okay, now we're going to open these flaps up. And what we're going to do is you can stick your finger in there, and then we're going to collapse these down. But I want this top crease along this center crease, this underneath crease. going to help us to keep it straight. You have that, go ahead and crease that down. We're going to do the same to this side. Bring that down. So here what we'll do is we'll line up these corners, make sure they're the same. Crease underneath, about the same spot. So you get that, we'll fold that down. This doesn't have to be perfect, it's not that critical. It's great if it is, but if it's not a big deal. You can also adjust it a little bit just by moving this and recreasing there to kind of straighten it out. I think this is pretty good, so we're going to go with this. Now for the more difficult step. This is the hardest step in this whole plane. What we're going to do is we're going to lift this and then fold the centers in and then lay it down. I'll show you what I mean. So fold that, and I like to leave a little space, so don't fold it right on that crease line or it gets very difficult. And if you fold it downward first and bring the tops in, you should be able to go up like so, and then you'll have to wiggle this around. Have those line up. Alright, we're going to do the same on this side. And don't worry about if these aren't perfect. They're very difficult to do. Okay, so now our paper looks like this. This one could look a little better, but it's not bad. Okay, now we're going to flip the paper over, and what we're going to do is we're going to fold this lower part of the wing so that it starts at the top and ends about this corner. Again, this is not super critical. The better you do it, the more uniform it looks. So I'll do it, and I just kind of bend it. I find my crease point here, bend this down, and it helps me to find the corner down there. So once I find that, crease that all the way down. I'm a little off the top, but that's okay. This is going to be flattened anyway. We're going to do the same on this side. But now I want to match this, so it's off just a hair there, so I want this one to be off just a hair. Just because I like everything even. Planes fly better when they're even. Okay. Looks pretty good, so now we should be at this point. Got our flaps in. We're going to take this whole thing and we're going to fold it down, but right to where these corners are. So we're going to fold that down. We're going to line up the center crease. Like so. We're going to flatten that down. Just like so. Okay? So once we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half. And now you check your symmetry. So if everything lines up, this top corner wings, side wings here, the back, you've done everything right. If not, that's okay. It'll still fly. Don't worry about that. Okay, so at this point we look like this. Alright. So the open part here where we made those little flaps, they're on the inside. It's out here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to fold the wings down. So I'm going to use just below this corner here. You can use anything, but I want to keep this lined up with this part down here. So you see there's this crease here. This should all stay in line. So I'm going to fold it this way. Down. Then I'm going to take this other wing and I'm just going to match what I did with the other side. So match it up top there, match the bottom, then I will crease that down. So you see how we did that? So we were open, fold it down right to just below that triangle, folded that down, flipped it over, took this one, matched it with the wing below on this part of the wing and this diamond part up here. Creased it down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make another fold but right along this crease and then all the way down. So we're going to start on this diamond part and I would grab right in here because this is where all the paper binds. So with this hand I grab there, try to grab all the paper, fold it up to that corner, fold it in. You can open it up and do this too, so that your corners on the diamond stay together. And you fold that down. You could do the same thing on this side. Fold that up. Match up my corners. This part is also a little tough. And fold it down. Okay. Now you should be able to put it together. The bottom half, top part, open that up. And this is your die bomber. Flies pretty well. You can fly it upside down, right side up, doesn't matter. I like to fly it this way. I find this flies a little farther, but have fun. Hope you enjoyed.